Janmantare kritam punyam tada bhagavatam labhet. It is described in the Bhagavat Mahatmya, in the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, that Janma Antare Kritam Punyam, when one has performed lots and lots of spiritual credit for lifetimes, tada, only then, Bhagavatam Labhet, one will even hear the word Bhagavatam in one's life. सब अंग्रेजी समझते हैं ना? सब समझते हैं। ऐसा ना हो कि इंग्लिश में कथा हो जाए फिर अंत में भक्ताकर कहें कि नहीं समझे। सब समझते हैं। So after millions and millions of birth of pious credit, then by the mercy of Krishna, we get in touch with Srimad Bhagavatam. This morning we were discussing. Narad Muni is asked by the sages, when should one study and hear Srimad Bhagavatam? The question is when. And Narad Muni says a very beautiful verse. Please repeat after me. Sada sevya, sada sevya. Sada sevya, sada sevya. Srimad Bhagavati katha. Srimad Bhagavati katha. Yasya shravana matrena. Yasya shravana matrena. Hari chittam samashrayet. Hari chittam samashrayet. Narad Muni is asked, how much should one hear Srimad Bhagavatam? And Narad Muni says, Sada Sevya. There is no question of when to start and when to end. It is eternal. And Sevya, Sevya means hear, read, speak, absorb and serve. And not just once. Sada. And Sada Sevya, Sada Sevya. Keep hearing, keep hearing, keep hearing. Srimad Bhagavati Katha. You see, just by starting to speak about Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna started playing his flute. He's playing everywhere. And only the gopi, whose name is being called, runs out of the assembly. So Narad Muni says, Sada Sevya, Srimad Bhagavati Katha. This Srimad Bhagavatam must be eternally heard. Why? Yasya Shravana Matrena. Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Hari Chittam Samashrayet. Ashraya means to take shelter. Sam Ashraya means to take such shelter that you never leave. So Krishna takes complete shelter of the heart of the listener. Which means Krishna enters the heart of the listener and the door shuts from behind, so now he can leave. Shrunvatam shraddhaya nityam grinhatam cha swacheshtitam kalena na atidirghena bhagavan vishate ridhi. Canto 2, chapter 8, text 4, Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, same point. That by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna enters the heart and now he forgets the password to leave. Even if he wants, he cannot leave because he's bound in the heart of the listener. Yasyam vaishruyamānāyam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadhyate pumsam shokamoha bhayapaha. Srimad Bhagavatam says, anyone who hears Krishna Katha and Hari Katha, there's one gain and 3 losses. How many businessmen here? No businessmen. 1 gain and 3 loss. I think we shouldn't do it, right? 1 gain. What is the gain? Bhakti. Pure bhakti will rise in the heart. And what are the 3 losses? Lamentation of the past, fear of the present, anxiety of the future. All 3 are destroyed. Whenever we don't have something, we hanker for it. When we get it, we fear losing it. And when we lose it, we lament. By hearing Hari Katha, bhakti rises in the heart. Then one doesn't desire anything. If Krishna gives, so be it. If Krishna takes away, so be it. While I keep it also, I'm not the proprietor, I'm just caretaker, I'm maintaining it. So if Krishna wants to give, let him give. If he wants to take, let him take. But I don't ask. Tumhara hridaye sada Govinda Vishram. Anyone who hears Hari Katha, what happens? Tumhara hridaye sada Govinda Vishram. Krishna can sleep and rest in the heart of someone who doesn't desire anything. Because when we desire something, Krishna sits in the heart and we are constantly disturbing him. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. Poor Krishna who's always tired. Stealing butter here, there, everywhere. Now if we start troubling him, I want this, I want that, then he leaves the heart. But those hearts which don't desire anything material, Krishna says, now I can peacefully rest here. If I rest in their heart, they will not wake me up for anything. When we go to Krishna for material desires, Krishna fulfills them, but fulfills them in a very beautiful way. Ami Vijna, Aim Murkhe Vishay Kene Diva. Krishna is thinking, Ami Vijna, I am intelligent. Aim Murkhe Vishay Kene Diva. This foolish devotee is coming to me for material things. Why should I give him? Because when I give him, he will take that and go away from me. Instead, Nija Charanamrita Diye Vishay Bhulaiva. Instead, I will keep my lotus feet in his heart and seal those holes from where material desires are coming out. In India, have you heard of M seal? The root is Mukunda seal. Krishna Mukunda, he seals all the leakage in the heart. Wherever material desires are coming up, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mukunda Madhava seal, M seal. He places his lotus feet in such a way, no more material desires sprout. And then he sleeps there, very peacefully. All of this happens by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. But the chance to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmantare Kritam Punyam Tadha Bhagavatam Labhet. Everyone in this assembly has worshipped Sri Hari for at least 1,000 lifetimes. Otherwise it is not possible to hear Hari Katha. But because we don't know that and don't realize that, we think, oh, I have to wait another 1.5 hours for prasadam. We must know the prasadam is not hanging at the end of the katha. The prasadam is the katha. The fruit is not at the end of the branch. The fruit is the branch, or the branch is the fruit. In our Krishna consciousness program, Kirtan is also prasadam, Katha is also prasadam, and Uchishta is also prasadam. So today, taking this opportunity to hear, we will have some Hari Katha. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it's described. Please repeat. It's a very beautiful verse. Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam
Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam
Giyatam Giyatam Muda
Giyatam Giyatam Muda
Chintyatam Chintyatam Bhaktya
Chintyatam Chintyatam Bhakta
Chaitanya Charitamritam.
Chaitanya Charitamritam.
Kaviraj Goswami says, Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam. Eternally, eternally this should be heard. And Giyatam Giyatam Muda. And this must be sung eternally with delight. And Chintyatam Chintyatam Bhaktyas. And with devotees this must be meditated upon. And what is this? Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, with this desire to fill the vessels, the pots of our ear holes with Piyusha Varsha, with shower of nectar of Krishna Katha, we will start. But before I begin, as I always do, I want to bow down to each one of you, including the children. And I want to ask for your blessings. To err is human, and I am human. So I'll make a bunch of mistakes. But you all have to promise me that even if I make mistakes, you will correct it in your mind and understand it in the right perspective. If I present any wrong Siddhanta, you will forgive me. And if I speak any right Siddhanta, you will take it as the mercy of Sri Guru. So that I will be able to serve all of you this evening. Please kindly close your eyes and with one loud Hare Krishna Mahamantra, profusely bless me so that the right words come at the right time, in the right spirit, in the glorification of Sri Krishna, filling satisfaction in your hearts and ears, and finally cleansing the consciousness of the speaker. And here I await your blessing, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Sri NARASIMHA is described to be the Adhishtatri Dev, or the presiding, predominating deity for Vatsalya. The love that the Supreme Lord as a father has for the child is directly seen in the form of Narasimha Dev. Narasimha Dev appeared from a pillar only for one child. Now we find sometimes hundreds and thousands of us sit together and loudly sing the holy name. And we hear Hari Katha. But how many of us actually see pillars shake with cracks and the Supreme Lord appearing out of it? We desire to see, but we don't actually with our eyes. With so many devotees chanting together for hours together, still we don't have that intense potency to attract the Lord in our presence. And one 5-year-old child somewhere, it's not that he had some media coverage because of which the Lord got to know. It's not that he had heavy recommendations. One 5-year-old child. And throughout in the Srimad Bhagavatam, not even once does Prahlad Maharaj call out to the Lord and say, "Where are you? I am chanting your holy name, where are you? Are you listening to me? Look, my father is such a demon, please save me." Not once. For that one 5-year-old Prahlad, the Supreme Lord comes. Stambhe sabhayam na mrigam na manusham. Srila Sridhar Swami, the original commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam, he comments. And he says, in the Gita, the Supreme Lord said, "Aham bija pradapita." But through Narasimha Dev, he actually proved it. The Supreme Lord didn't care about how he's looking. You see, the Acharyas are very sharp. Any incarnation that the Lord takes, immediately they note down his complexion, his mala, his earrings, his head crown, his lotus footwear. Shiro Danvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Mauktikanam Mala Klupta Sanasta Spatika Mani Bhair Mauktikair Manditangah Shubrair Braira Tabrair Upari Virajitair Mukta Piyusha Varshaihi Anandina Puniya Darinali Nagada Shankhapanir Mukundaha. In so many places, the Supreme Lord's form is described. The Lord could have thought, I am coming in a half man, half lion incarnation, never seen before. What will the Acharyas think? They will write it down, and eternally I will be known as someone who came like this. But without thinking even for a minute on how he is going to look, the Supreme Lord appeared just for Prahlad. And when he came for Prahlad, he kept Prahlad on his lap and he licked Prahlad's face, like a lion would do to his cub. And Prahlad was being licked by the tongue of the Lord. And then Narasimha Dev took him in his arms and started smelling his head and embracing him and kissing him. And Prahlad Maharaj was completely in ecstatic bliss. And at that time Shukadev Goswami says, how was Prahlad? Krishna Graha Grihitatma. Now please note, in astrology, or let's say somebody's astrological chart is prepared, And if they are being controlled by a certain planet, the astrologer will say, ye graha grast hai. He is being completely controlled by a planet. Graha grasta. Here Shukadeva Goswami says, Prahlad Maharaj was Krishna Graha Grihitatma. He was being completely controlled by a planet called Krishna. So Shukadeva Goswami is giving an astrological chart reading of Prahlad Maharaj. He is Krishna Graha Grasta. Evam vrata swapriya nama kirtayir jatanuraga dhrita chitta uchchaihi. Prahlad Maharaj, wherever he saw, he would see Sri Narayana, Sri Vishnu. And sometimes he would see, and sometimes the form would disappear, and he would cry. He would say, my Lord, why are you leaving me? And Vishnu would appear and he says, I can never leave you. Don't worry, I am here. And then again he would disappear and Prahlad would cry, my Lord, why are you leaving me? And when Shanda and Amarka came to Prahlad and said, how are you attracted so much to this Vishnu? And Prahlad Maharaj said, I cannot understand how you are not being attracted to him. Said, I am just like an iron filing. And Sri Vishnu is the supreme magnet. How can the iron filing stop itself from being attracted to this magnet? Only when the iron filing is covered by rust, it's rusted, will it not be attracted. Prahlad Maharaj says, when the heart of the jiva is rusted by lust, only then the jiva in the form of the iron filing cannot be attracted to the magnet called Vishnu. Otherwise, it's just spontaneous. It's not calculated. Like for example, if there is beautiful music in the background, our ears don't calculate whether or not to go there. As soon as there's flute sound or a violin being played, the ears go there immediately, without the mind calculating. When all our senses naturally flow like this towards Shri Hari, that is the sign that we are being normal. Some people say, ये तो पागल हो गया, पूरा दिन कृष्ण कृष्ण करता है. But to think of Krishna, to speak of Krishna, to hear of Krishna is the natural state of the soul. It is not abnormal. To not do it is abnormal. So Prahlad Maharaj, he had given himself so much to the Lord. The Narasimha Puran profusely describes Hiranyakashipu, the only thing he had in his mind was to kill his son, nothing else. He didn't even think of his eating, his sleeping, his kingdom, his subjects, his wealth, his wives, his followers, nothing. There was only one agenda. Somehow or the other, I want to murder this child, nothing else. Imagine, you are trapped in one house, and the person whom you love the most, your dearest member, family member, not outsider, insider, has only one agenda in life, and that is to murder you. Can we sleep peacefully? Who says Krishna will not maintain us if we speak Harikatha? Thank you. My throat was just drying up. Narasimha ki Jai. If we are trapped in a house where the person whom we love the most has only one agenda, that is to murder us, we cannot even peacefully sleep. Because the anxiety is, if I go to sleep, what if he gets a kitchen knife and kills me? We can never be happy, even while we're eating. Is he around? Is he going to do something? And it's fantastic in the life of Prahlad that not a single verse is spoken about his anxiety. Shukadeva Goswami is a first-class CCTV camera. He doesn't miss an information. Every single thing is described. Putana's hair is described. Mother Yashoda's sari is described. So if Prahlad was actually fearful, that would have been described. In 10 chapters, not a single verse. Why? Because he is completely absorbed. Narasimhadev came and he said, Prahlad, please forgive me. I didn't come before. I should have come the day you called me, but I'm really sorry. I didn't protect you. Prahlad Maharaj said, my Lord, if you wouldn't have protected me, I would have been dead by now. You have come here not for me. You have come here to show the world the power of devotion. For me, you have come so many times. But now in public view, you have come only to show everyone that if anyone sincerely chants your holy name, how you are present exclusively for them. So Prahlad Maharaj is described as the embodiment of pure devotion. And therefore Shukadeva Goswami spends 10 chapters of the 7th canto describing Prahlad Maharaj. The most fascinating thing is, Shukadeva Goswami spends 5 chapters on the Rasa Leela and 10 chapters on the life of Prahlad. To give us an indication that if we are not ready to pass the test of those 10 chapters, we have no adhikar for the 5 chapters of the Rasa Leela. First, go through the test of Prahlad. So Narasimhadev is the embodiment of Vatsalya Prem. But it is described, when Narasimhadev came for Prahlad, and he was licking Prahlad and embracing Prahlad and kissing Prahlad and talking to Prahlad, and Prahlad was feeling so much in love that the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, is keeping him on his lap and giving him exclusive love. Seeing that, Narasimhadev, who's Aptakam, Atmaram, who has no personal desires, it is described that Narasimhadev developed one desire. He developed one desire. How I wish I was also somebody's child, and my father also licked and embraced and kissed me like this. Narasimhadev, he who tore up Hiranyakashipu, now after embracing Prahlad Maharaj, that Narasimhadev developed one desire. And only to fulfill this one desire, Narasimhadev came as Sri Ramachandra. Now as Sri Ram, he enjoyed sitting on the lap and embrace and kiss and love of Dasharatha Maharaj. So Narasimhadev started thinking, oh, this is what Prahlad was feeling when I was embracing him. That is the same emotion that I am feeling now when Dasharatha Maharaj is embracing me. So Sri Rama Avatar is actually the continuation of Narasimha Avatar. Narasimhadev developed one desire, and to fulfill that he became Ramachandra. Now Ramachandra as Maryada Purushottam, he performed his pastimes. Very beautiful, wonderful Treta Yuga pastimes. But there were a few things in the heart of Sri Ram. Sri Ramachandra, the personalities whom he considered as his friends, like Sugriva, like Vibhishan, like Jambavan, they all ended up considering him as their master. So Sri Ram, in his heart, felt, I have no true friends in this world. Anyone whom I consider my friend, he bows down to me. He considers me to be his master, which means he considers himself to be my servant, which means he doesn't see himself equal to me. That is not friendship. So therefore, when Hanuman got the message of Mother Sita, and he almost went to fall at the feet of Sri Ram, Sri Ram said, there are so many people falling at my feet. Hanuman, fulfill my desire and embrace me as a friend. And Valmiki describes in his Ramayana that was the first time Sri Ram embraced Hanuman wholeheartedly. Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Mande Valmiki Kokilam Valmiki Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharina. Shunvan Rama Katha Nadam Kono Yantim Parangati. This great personality, Valmiki, Kujantam. Kujantam. He's singing. What is he singing? Kujantam. He's singing like a kokila bird. He's singing Ram, Ram, Ram. This kokila bird, Kujantam Rama Rama iti Madhuram Madhuraksharam. And where is he sitting and singing? Aruhya Kavita Shakha. Sitting on the top of the branch of poetry. This kokila bird called Valmiki is singing Ram, 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 Ram. Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam. This akshara is so madhura. And Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. I bow down to that kokila bird called Valmiki. But the next verse says Valmiki Muni Simhasya. I bow down to Valmiki who's a lion. How can a kokila bird be a lion? Valmiki Muni Simhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha. Now he has become a lion walking in the forest called poetry. Kavita Vanacharinaha. And Shrunvan Rama Katha Nadam. And this lion is roaring Rama Katha. But interestingly, when you hear the majestic roar of a lion, it only brings in fear. But this lion is roaring so beautifully that anyone who hears the roaring of this lion of Valmiki, Paramgati, gets the highest destination. So the messages of Ramayana are as strong and as powerful as the roaring of a lion. But the expression of those messages are as sweet as the singing of a kokila bird. So he's a kokila also, and he's a lion also. So Valmiki describes that Sri Ramachandra in his heart felt vacancy and vacuum, that I have no true friends in this world. I have no true friends in this world. Every personality whom I am considering as my friend and trying to treat on equal status only ends up falling at my feet. There's no one to embrace me. There's no one to deal with me and joke with me. I didn't know what's that. So this was one pain in the heart of Sri Ram. The other distress that Sri Ram had in his heart, when Sri Ram was walking through the forest of Dandakaranya, there were innumerable sages sitting there who were meditating from Satya Yuga, only and only to see the supremely beautiful form of Sri Ram. They had heard from the lips of Narada Muni the beauty of Sri Ram's form. Konu asmin sampratam loke gunavan kahascha vidyavan dharmajnascha kritajnascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha. In their discussions, they had asked Narada Muni, we want to know about the form, the glories and the pastimes of the greatest personality. And Sri Narada Muni had spoken the glories of Sri Ram in Satya Yuga. That in Treta Yuga, Maryada Purushottam, Dasharat Nandan, Janaki Pati, Ayodhya Pati, Sri Ram is going to appear. So they were waiting for thousands and thousands of years for Sri Ram. Now and finally when Sri Ram walked amidst them, all the sages, their eyes almost popped out of the socket. Because it is described in the Ramatapani Upanishad. Ramante yoginonante Satyananda Chidatmani iti Rama padena so parabrahma vidhiyate. Who is Ram? Ramatapani Upanishad describes that personality who can give pleasure to those sages who don't find pleasure in anything else. Now for us, if we say Sri Ram can give us pleasure, there is nothing surprising. Even TV gives us pleasure. Even gossip gives us pleasure. Even newspaper gives us pleasure. Even Burj Khalifa gives us pleasure. he's the king of Vrindavan, and this and that. And Krishna started flaunting. All the friends came together and they said, Krishna, the rules of the game were pretty clear. Now you don't start cheating. You knew the one who loses has to become a horse. Ghoda banna hai. At that time you said yes, 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 and now why are you cheating? Krishna said, aisa hai to mujhe khelna hi nahi hai. If this is how you play, if this is how you treat your friend, I don't want to play this game with you. Friend said, okay, don't play with us. Next time don't play with us. You knew, you're cheating now. Krishna said, no, I'm not cheating. I know I'm speaking the truth. It's not correct. You should not treat me like this. I'm the son of the king of Vrindavan. Give me some respect. Baba, thoda rules can be changed. You cannot treat me like this. They said, among friends, be like a friend. Ye dadagiri jo karna hai, ghar pe karo. Whatever you have to do, you do at home. Don't do it here. We are friends. Krishna said, nahi dekhna hai tumhara muh. I don't want to see your face. Let me go. They said, okay, you go. Krishna sat under one kalpavriksha tree and he started crying. So the friends were all playing there. And some of the friends were acting as if they were very happy looking at Krishna. And Krishna started crying more and more and more. Other friends said, don't look at him. He's just doing drama now for attention. Don't look at him. After a long time, Krishna's crying, 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 crying. And the kajal from his eyes, he's rubbing. And what's happening? Tears are coming from one eye. And from the other eye, he's mixing it with his mascara. And it's mixing and the tears are flowing black. Here they're flowing white, here they're flowing black. And from the heart there's another river which is flowing, and that of pain and suffering. So there were 3 rivers flowing. One like Ganga flowing white, another mixing with the mascara like Yamuna flowing black, and the third was an unseen, invisible Saraswati, the river of Krishna's pain, and all of them were going and mixing in his belly button, which was the Triveni Sangha. Krishna was sitting and crying, and one friend came and asked Krishna, why are you crying now? Krishna said, I left Vaikunta to come and play with you. Do you realize that? I left the spiritual world to come and play with you, and now if you don't play with me, what will I do? Where will I go? Without you, I have no one to play with. Please take me. The friends called another meeting and they said, Krishna wants to come back. He has given an apology letter. Sri Ram Sakha came there and asked Krishna, Ghoda banoge? Will you become a horse? Krishna said, Sochunga. I will think about it. Sri Ram Sakha said, अभी घोड़ा बन जाओ नहीं तो अगले गेम में गधा बनना पड़ेगा. Now you better become a horse, or else in the next game the rule is you have to become a donkey. Krishna said, ठीक है, चलो मैं खेलता हूँ. Then Krishna started playing. Then next day they were playing hide and seek. And all day Krishna was hiding behind the bushes, enjoying. But interestingly, he was always caught. He would hide in caves and he would hide behind dark bushes because he would take advantage of his complexion. He would go and hide in places which were very dark, thinking that he's so dark and he's hiding in dark places, he can be seen. Only when the lotus of his eyelids would open and close, they would realize there's someone hiding there. But unfortunately, Krishna's mouth is filled with so much nectar and ambrosial flavor and aromatic fragrance that as soon as Krishna hides somewhere, all the bumblebees think this is an opening of a lotus flower. And they all go. So for the friends to find Krishna was very simple. Go and find a cloud of bumblebees, and that's where Krishna is hiding. The acharyas are always describing Krishna as lotus, 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 lotus. Namo pankaja nabhaya, namo pankaja maline, namo pankaja netraya, namaste pankajandre. Krishna thought to himself, Acha, pankajandre? My feet is also lotus? And lotus means there must be nectar, and nectar means sweetness. Krishna takes his toe and starts putting it into his mouth. I want to see how much nectar is there in the lotus of my feet. He's sucking forever. You've seen that picture of baby Krishna sucking his own toe? It is out of curiosity. If my feet is lotus, there must be nectar, and I want to be the bumblebee, the honeybee drinking the nectar of my own feet. But he's sucking his own toe and he's not getting any taste. And he's asking the pure devotees, you're describing as lotus, but I'm not finding any taste. The pure devotees look at Krishna and they say, the lotus petals can never taste the honey. If you want to actually taste the honey, ask the honey bee like pure devotees. Krishna, you cannot. You are like the lotus petal yourself. The flower cannot taste its own honey. Only the bees from outside can. So Krishna tries to hide all day. Then finally at sunset, it is his time to go and search for everyone. Now at that time, Mother Yashoda calls him. Krishna, are you coming home? It's sunset now. And now it's time for Krishna to search for everyone. So very interestingly, Krishna tells all his friends, I really want to search and play this game. But what to do? My mother is calling me. I must go home. If I don't listen to her, it doesn't set a good example. Yet acharati sreshtas. The friend said, you didn't know this before? Didn't you hear your mother call you in the morning when you were hiding? She called you for breakfast, you didn't go. She called you for lunch, you didn't go. Now when it's your turn to search for all those friends who are hiding, now very crystal clear you can hear the sound vibration of the mother's call. Krishna said, okay, I'll play with you. Mother Yashoda calls from there. Okay, be there only, I'll shut the door from inside. I will see you tomorrow. All night you play, okay Krishna? Don't eat, don't sleep. Playing with the monkeys, now you're looking like a monkey. So Krishna says to the friends, no, I must go, my mother is hurt. The friends tell Krishna, Krishna, we also have mothers. And we know, even if you disobey her, she loves you so much. Our parents, all our mothers are like that, the friends are saying. We disobey them, no problem, but they still love us. You will never lose your mother by disobeying her. But by disobeying, you will lose your friends. You think about it. You go to your mother, no problem, but the rule is if you don't complete finding all of us, then you're not going to be in the part of the game tomorrow. Krishna said, okay, I'll play. I understand. It makes logical sense. I'll play. Mother Yashoda said, are you coming, Krishna, or should I get the stick out? Mother Yashoda had created two very interesting ghost-like demons called How and Bhilau. What are their names? Krishna would never come home on time. So Mother Yashoda had made skeleton-like stones and say, this is How and this is Bhilau. And if you don't come home on time, How and Bhilau will come and they'll get their gunny sack and put you there, tie you up and kidnap and take you out. And their tribes, they love to kidnap babies, and Krishna would get scared. And he would come home. He went and told his friends, my mother is saying How and Bhilau will kidnap me. The friend said, go and tell your mother, when you see How and Bhilau in front of your eyes, then you will run. Till then you will play. Because they know How and Bhilau don't exist. So Mother Yashoda comes out. She realizes that Krishna doesn't believe in How and Bhilau. So when Krishna is facing towards her, Mother Yashoda is coming and Krishna is facing towards her. Mother Yashoda looks behind and says, How and Bhilau have come, Krishna, run! And now Krishna doesn't have the guts to look behind. Sripad Harisuriji comments. He says, Pratigya bhanga hoila gopira bhajane. He says, Krishna gives pratigya in the Gita, the sarvatokshi shiromukham, that my face faces and points towards all direction. But by the love of Mother Yashoda, Krishna could see in all directions except behind. So by the love of this gopi, his own pratigya got bhanga. This is the sweetness of Damodar Leela too. Sripad Harisuriji comments that when Mother Yashoda was running with the whipping stick, Krishna says in the Gita, Sarvato pani padavsta sarvatokshi shiromukham. My hands and legs are everywhere, my eyes are everywhere, and my head is facing in all directions. Harisuriji says when Mother Yashoda ran with the stick, Krishna could face in all directions except behind out of fear. So his own pratigya, that his face is pointing in all directions, was broken by the love of Mother Yashoda. Pratigya bhanga hoila gopira bhajane. So in this way, Sri Krishna, he fulfilled both his desires. He fulfilled the desire of giving Madhurya Prem to the sages of Dandakaranya, and he fulfilled his desire of having equal friendship and love with his friends. Quick recap. We started with? He developed? To fulfill that he became? Ram fulfilled that and developed? Now to fulfill those two desires, Sri Ram appeared as? Krishna fulfilled both those desires and in an attempt developed 3 desires. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Ki Trishovanahi. What were the 3 desires of Sri Krishna? Sri Krishna performed his Braja Leela, Mathura Leela, Dwarka Leela, Kurukshetra Leela, and after 125 years went back to his eternal abode. But in his heart he had 3 unfulfilled desires in Krishna avatar. Krishna couldn't understand the nature of prema. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad explains, Sarvato Dvamsharahitam Sa Prema Parikirtita. Prema or ecstatic love is that relationship where there are innumerable obstacles and reasons for it to break, but it doesn't break, it is not maintained, but that love just goes higher and higher and higher and higher at every step unconditionally. Sa Prema Parikirtita. Krishna couldn't understand this concept because he deals as ye yathamam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. Krishna is from Gujarat. He is Dwarkadish. जितना रोकड़ा अंदर आएगा उतना रोकड़ा बाहर जाएगा. ये यथामाम प्रपद्यन्ते. But in Braja Leela, in terms of the Braja Gopis, in terms of Braja Basis, Krishna could never understand. They come to Krishna and they serve Krishna, and in return what do they want? Nothing but Krishna. Krishna thinks to himself, what can I give these Brajabasis? What can I give them? They serve me, and in return what will I give them? Mukti? No, they're all liberated, they're all mukta. What will I give them? Bhukti, material enjoyment? They don't want it because they all have spiritual bodies. What else can I give them? Bhakti? No, they are the highest epitome of bhakti. What can I give them? I have nothing in my closet which I can match to give in return to their love. Imagine God's predicament. Krishna, the Lord of the whole creation, the whole universe, is searching in his cupboard and in his closet. Inke prem ke badle mein main inko kya bhet de sakta? What can I give them? What do I have to give them? Most of the people who come to me, they have some desires and I fulfill that and they go their way. They are happy. But these Brajbasis, they want me. And in return, when I ask them, what do you want? They say me. They serve me for nothing of their own. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes, the love that is found in this world for Krishna is like an insignificant mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love which is found in the heavenly kingdom for Krishna. But the love that is found in the heavenly kingdom for Krishna is like a mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love that Krishna enjoys in Dwarka. But the love that is there in Dwarka is like a mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love that they have for Krishna in Mathura. But the love in Mathura is like a mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love that they have in Vrindavan. The love in Vrindavan that they have in Shantaras is like a mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love that they have in Dasyaras. The love that they have in Vrindavan and Dasyaras is like a mustard seed in comparison to the love that they have, which is like Mount Meru in Sakyaras, in friendship. The love in friendship in Sakyaras is like an insignificant mustard seed in comparison to the Mount Meru-like love that Mother Yashoda in Vatsalya Prem has for Krishna. Now, the love that Mother Yashoda has for Krishna is like an insignificant mustard seed in comparison to the volcanic, eruptive, Mount Meru-like love of the Braja Gopis. Now, the love that the Braja Gopis have for Krishna is like an insignificant mustard seed in comparison to the volcanic, Sumeru, mountain-like prema that is held in the heart of Srimati Radhika. Now Krishna cannot even reciprocate to the residents of Vrindavan and Shantaras. What to speak of reciprocating to the love of Radharani? I want to ask you a very simple question. If I start taking money from all of you, I'm not going to take, I'm just ने बोला तो थोड़े pocket अभी पकड़ के रखे. I'm not going to take, but for example's sake, if I start taking money from all of you, and I say that don't tell anyone else, I'm just taking it from you personal, one-to-one, and I'll return it to you, don't worry, with interest I'll give you. But each one of you give me lots of money, and I say I'll return, and it's been 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. Every time one of you walks in front of me, what will I do? I will try to hide. Now imagine if I have to face the whole assembly, what will I do? Not turn up for the program. Right? This is the confidential reason why Krishna decided to leave Vrindavan. Akrura was an instrument, but it was Krishna's desire to leave. It was too much for him. I had Krishna is thinking in his heart, I have taken so much from each one of them without any reciprocity. I cannot. Na paraye ham niravatya samyujam. Krishna tells the Brajavasis, the Braja Gopis, may your love for me be my reciprocation for you. What else can I give? Hiding. Krishna decided it's enough. It's too embarrassing. Better I leave this place and never again come back. Is this clear? Yes. Last night we were speaking about a different reason why Krishna left Vrindavan. At a different program. But this was another sweet. So whatever Krishna does is very confidential. Very interesting to note. There are external reasons, there are marginal reasons, there are internal reasons, there are confidential reasons, there are more confidential reasons, there are most confidential reasons for everything that he does. And this was one of the internal reasons. There are confidential more and most also. We'll keep that for some other discussion. But Krishna is so overwhelmed by the love that he receives that he cannot reciprocate. So in his heart, he developed 3 desires. What is the nature of Radharani's love? Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his masterpiece Chaitanya Charitamrita, anyone who has read Chaitanya Charitamrita can completely agree to this statement. There is no scripture like Chaitanya Charitamrita in the whole creation. Kaviraj Goswami at the age of 95 composed this literature. 95. Kaviraj Goswami is describing, my hands are shaking, I can't hear, I can't see. And the Vaishnav community told Kaviraj Goswami, please write something about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, I cannot, I am not qualified. But when he came in front of Radha Madan Mohan in Vrindavan, Kaviraj Goswami stood in front of Radha Madan Mohan. And he was praying, and the Vaishnav community told him to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. And at that time, Madan Mohan's garland fell. Kaviraj Goswami went to the Pujari and he said, what does that mean? Pujari said, Madan Mohan is saying, yes, you should. Then as Kaviraj Goswami stood in front of Radha Madan Mohan spoke to him and said, you don't worry about your age. I will dictate to you and you will write. Radha Madan Mohan actually dictated the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Radha Madan Mohan of Vrindavan. So Kaviraj Goswami writes this. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yahara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishnadas. That Krishnadas, I don't know how he's able to say this, and I don't know how he's able to write it. It is only by Radha Madan Mohan's mercy. He's speaking and I am writing. Tumi Vakta Prabhu, Tumi Shrota. You are the speaker and you are the listener. When someone plays an instrument, like the violin for example, does the credit go to the violin or to the player of the violin? Externally it seems that the player of the violin is quiet, but it's the violin which is making the sound. But without the hand of the violinist, the violin will not make sound. Kaviraj Goswami says, if I am that musical instrument, it seems like I am making the sound, but it is Radha Madan Mohan who's playing me. So Kaviraj Goswami explains, Krishna was thinking in his heart, Ama ke anand dive achhe kaun jan? Krishna is thinking in his heart, I am the source of all happiness, but prema conquers my heart. Who is that person who can completely give me happiness in ecstatic love? And as Krishna was thinking like this, from the left side, from his heart, appeared the Ladini Shakti, Srimati Radharani. And it is described, Srimati Radharani, the personification of the Ladini Shakti, appeared and told Krishna that I am your pleasure potency, I am here to serve you. Please instruct and I will serve you accordingly. The word Ra, please repeat, Ra means Rag. Rag means divine ecstatic love. And Dha means Dhavati, to run. So she who appeared and in ecstatic rag was Dhavati, was running everywhere to serve Krishna, is Radha. Another meaning. She, out of Anurag for whom Krishna runs and goes ecstatically mad, is Radha. The reason all of this is tying up in a very beautiful discussion is because tomorrow is Bahulashtami, the appearance of Sri Radha Kund. We are not physically there, but our Guru Parampara has taught us that we can go there through sound vibration. So by glorifying Srimati Radharani, we are actually glorifying Radha Kund. There is no difference between the two. Please chant. Yatra Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. This is a verse from Padma Puran glorifying Radharani. And there he says, Yatra Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha. The way Radharani is dear to Krishna, Radha Kund is also dear to Krishna. Now for anyone who has any misunderstandings about Radha and Krishna, Vyasadeva in this verse uses the word Vishnu 2 times. To say Krishna is not different from Bhagavan Vishnu. Yatra Radha Priya Vishnu. Radha and Vishnu, no combination. Lakshmi and Vishnu. Radha and Krishna. But Vyasadeva is instilling this point that Krishna is not a mere mortal. Yatra Radha Priya Vishnu. Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha Sarva Gopeshu Saivaika Vishnu Atyanta Vallabha. 2 Vishnus in the same verse. So Radharani, who appeared from the heart of Sri Krishna to serve Krishna, Kaviraj Goswami describes, appears from Krishna, but is 10 million times more qualified, more beautiful, more talented, more wealthy, more knowledgeable, more renounced, more strong, more famous compared to Krishna. So Krishna starts thinking, in this world we get attracted to people who are better than us. But here is Radharani, who's 10 million times more beautiful, wonderful, strong, intelligent, famous, renounced than myself, and she is getting attracted to me. What about me is she getting attracted to? So Krishna had 3 doubts, 3 unfulfilled desires. One, I want to know the nature of Radharani's love. Second, what qualities in me attract Radharani? Because I am utterly unqualified. Krishna is thinking, I am speaking lies, I eat mud, I steal. I am just playing a flute. I don't even have my resume ready. How is this Radharani ready to give me a high-paying job? The job of service at her lotus feet. One, what is the nature of Radharani's love? Two, what qualities in me is Radharani getting attracted to? And three, when I reciprocate in the very minimum extent that I have, what does she feel? Does she feel disgusted that he is not able to reciprocate? Or does she feel happy? Or what is her experience? And Krishna cannot ask Radharani because the nature of devotion is that the devotee never talks about themselves. The devotee never talks about how good they are. I am better than you. I cook better than you. I sing better than you. I know more bhajans than you do. I know more verses than you do. I dress the deities better than you. What else? I make better garlands than you. I manage things better than you. The devotee never spends time thinking about themselves. They are so happy thinking about the wonderful qualities that others have that there's hardly any time to think about themselves. So Radharani will never speak out of her humility about her experience, and Krishna wants to know, and no one except Radharani can speak this out. No one else can speak for her because her love is the highest. And Krishna also doesn't have access. So now he feels miserable. The one desire that he had as Narasimha, he could fulfill as Ram. The 2 desires that Ram had, he could fulfill as Krishna. But now the 3 desires that Krishna is having, he cannot fulfill on his own. And he's miserable because Radharani is not helping. I want to give you an example. Imagine there is some sugar on the floor. And there is an ant which is coming and eating this sugar all day. Morning se leke raat tak, chewing on those sugar cubes. Atoms and molecules of that sugar. The sugar knows there is something sweet about him. The sugar knows because the ant could have gone anywhere, but the ant is spending all day chewing on him. So the sugar knows that there is something sweet about him. But what that sweetness in the experience that the ant is facing, the sugar doesn't know. Now if that sugar feels, the ant will not speak to me, and no one else can explain it to me, and I want to know and I'm feeling miserable, how I wish I could become the ant and come and taste my own sweetness so that I know what the ant is feeling. To fulfill these 3 desires, Sri Krishna appeared in Kali as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Gaura Hari, Sri Sachinandan Mahaprabhu is the complete, not just the Supreme Personality, he is the Supreme Perfection of Godhead. Because Narasimha had 1 desire, Ram had 2 desires, Krishna had 3 desires, but Gauranga Mahaprabhu fulfilled all desires and ended up even fulfilling the desires of conditioned souls by giving prema to them. Shri Sachinandan Mahaprabhu ki Jai! Take up the mridanga for just 2 minutes. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Oh Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Navadi Pachanta Nadiya Vihari. Navadi Pachanta Nadiya Vihari. Oh Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Now, you want to continue ahead?
Yes.
Or should I stop? It's time up. Now, if you want to know this one desire, two desire, three desires, where did I speak it from? Did I just make it up? It is found in a book called Embankment of Separation by Srila Gaur Govinda Swami. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj gives one more example to support this. He says, what is the color of the mango when it is unripe?
Green.
What is the color of the mango when it is spoiled?
Black.
What is the color of the mango when it is completely juicy and ripe?
Yellow.
Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj says, the nature of an unripe mango is that it's green. So Sri Ram still has a few desires to fulfill. The time the mango gets spoiled, going around stealing from house to house, speaking lies, the mango becomes black, Shama Sundar. And when the mango is completely juicy, without a seed and without a cover, and it's very ripe, it is golden, and this is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is where I spoke it from, just in case if you want reference of what I spoke. Now we will continue this discussion. Because we are Kali Jivas, we are Kali Chela. We are all following the footsteps of Kali Maharaj. But in Kali Yuga, the Lord of this age is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he says, you can glorify the kings of other kingdoms, no doubt, but make sure you glorify more the king of the kingdom that you live in. So he said, the kingdom called Treta Yuga has a king called Ramchandra. Feel free to glorify, no problem. The kingdom called Dwapar has a king called Krishna. Glorify, no problem. But the kingdom that you live in called Kali has only one king, and that is Chaitanya, and glorify him profusely. Prabodhananda Saraswati says, Samsara dukkha jaladau patitasya kama krodadi nakramakarai kavali kritasya durvasana nigaditasya nirashrayasya chaitanya chandrama madehi padavalambam. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati in Chaitanya Chandramrit, he describes that, my Lord, imagine the life of a person who's standing on top of a mountain cliff and who's kicked from there, and down is an ocean. What happens to him? He falls into that ocean and he doesn't know to swim. What will happen to him? He will suffer. But he will still try to flap his hands. But imagine if his hands are tied up, hands and legs are tied. Then what will happen to him? He will still gasp. Now imagine, from three sides, shark, crocodile and whale are coming to eat him. And amidst that, if he sees only one lifeguard rescue operator, what will happen to him? How will he call him? With all intensity? Now Prabodhananda Saraswati says, my Lord, I have been kicked down from the mountain of spiritual life into the ocean of repeated birth and death. I have been chained. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati says, I have been kicked down from the mountain of spiritual life into the ocean of repeated birth and death. I have been hit by the waves of suffering. My hands and legs are tied by the chains of bad habits. And the crocodile, whale and shark of Kama, Krodha and Lobha are coming to bite me, my Lord. There's only one lifeguard rescue operator that I see in this situation, that is Chaitanya. And in this mood I call out to you, Nitai Gaura Hari. Said, my Lord, in this mood I call out to you. Gaurangero madhur lila jar karne praveshila hriday nirmal bhelotar. Anyone whose ear holes receive the nectar of Chaitanya Leela, Nirmal hoy tar hriday. Hriday nirmal bhelo tar. Their heart will definitely be purified. Pashu pakhi jure pashana vidhare. Shuni jar guna gatha. By hearing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even stones are melting and birds are crying. When will this stone-like heart melt? Je Gaurangiro naam loy tar hoy prem uday. This is a fixed thing. Anyone who chants the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there will be prema, ecstatic prema in their heart, and of this there is no doubt. Gauranga! Gauranga! This is the only reality for the soul to call out. Jagadananda Pandit in Prema Vaivartha, he says the 4 syllables of Radha Krishna have come in Kali as Gauranga. The forms have come together, the syllables have come together. And there is so many beautiful proofs for it. Sometimes people ask, are there proofs for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's identity, or is it just a cooked up story? How many of us have heard of the Vishnu Sahasranam? Suvarna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandanangadi Sannyasa Kricha Mashanti Nishta Shanti Parayana. Vyasadeva quotes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Vishnu Sahasranam. In Kali, Suvarna Varna Hemango, the Supreme Lord will appear with golden complexion. And Varanga Chandanangadi, and he will have Chandan all over his face and all over his body. Chandana Charchita, Neela Kalevara, Pita Vasana Vanamali. That Krishna with Chandan all over his body has appeared in Kali as Chaitanya. Suvarna Varana Hemanga. Hema means gold, Anga means body. Beautiful limbs. Varangas Chandanangadi, Sannyasa Krichama. He will take sannyas. And Shanti Parayana. And he will give the message of peace. Now, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj in Satya Yuga tells Narasimhadev, Canto 7, chapter 9, text 38. My Lord, you are 3 yugi. You come as yourself only in 3 ages. You know why? In that verse he says, Kalau Channa. My dear Narasimhadev, Satya, Treta and Dwapar you come as yourself, but in Kali you hide yourself and you come in Gaur avatar. Channa, in hidden incarnation. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad says, Antar Krishna Bahir Gaura. Andar ke Krishna Bahar Gaur bankar aa gaye. Antar Krishna Bahir Gaura. Inside Krishna, but outside golden. Even Gargacharya, when he was naming Krishna in Dwapar Yuga, he tells Nanda Maharaj, oh, this child of yours, this naughty smiling child that you have here, Shukla Rakta Tata Pita Idanim Krishna Tangataha. This child who has appeared in a bluish black complexion now, he appears in various other colors also. What are the other colors? He says Shukla. He appears as white in the form of Vamandev. Rakta. He appears in a reddish complexion as the Rakta Varaha incarnation. And Tatha Pita. Pita means yellow, golden complexion. He appears as Varahadev in red complexion, Vamandev white complexion, and in Kali as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in golden complexion, and now he has appeared in a bluish black complexion. Idanim Krishnatam Gataha. Narasimha Puran states, very beautiful verse. The words, the flow that we discussed till now, Narasimha, Ramachandra, Krishna and Chaitanya are described in one verse in Narasimha Puran. Please kindly chant. Satye Daitya Kula Dinasha Samaye Satye Daitya Kula Dinasha Samaye Simha Urdhva Martyakriti Simha Urdhva Martyakriti त्रेतायां दशकन्धरं परिभवम् रामेति नामकृति गोपाल परिपालयन् व्रजपुरे भारं हरं द्वापरे गौरांग प्रिय कीर्तने कलियुगे चैतन्य नाम प्रभो. Vyasadeva is giving this in Narasimha Purana. He says Satye Daitya Kula Adi Nasha Samaye, at the time of destroying Hiranyakashipu in Satya, Simha Urdhva Martya Kriti, he came as a half man, half lion incarnation. Tretayam, in Treta Yuga, Dasha Kandharam Paribhavam, to destroy the 10-headed Ravana. What did he do? Rama iti nama kriti. He came as Rama. Now in Dwapar, Gopala Paripalayan Vrajapure, to protect Vraja, he came as Gopal. And Bharam Haram, and he reduced the burden of Mother Earth in Dwapare. And that Narasimha of Satya, that Ram of Treta, that Krishna of Dwapar, Gauranga Priya Kirtane Kali Yuge Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. He has appeared by the name Chaitanya in a golden complexion, singing the kirtan of his own holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This was Narasimha Purana. Now Garuda Purana. Kalo Prathama Sandhyayam Bhavishyami Shachisuta Taru Brahma Samipastha Sannyasi Gaura Vigraha. Kalo Prathama Sandhyayam, in the first half of Kali, Bhavishyami Shachisuta, I will come as Shachisuta, the son of Shachi Mata. And Daru Brahma, Jagannath, Samipa, Stha means situated. I will situate myself near Jagannath, and Sannyasi Gaura Vigraha. In a golden complexion, I will take sannyas. So many beautiful references. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangau Pangastra Parashadam Yajnai Sankirtyanai Praye Yajanti Hi Sumedasa Dhyayam Sada Paribhavagnam Abhishtadoham Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchi Nutam Sharanyam Bhrityartiham Pranatapala Bhavadipotam Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam Tyaktva Sudustyaja Surepsita Rajya Lakshmim Dharmishtha Arya Vachasa Yadagadaranyam Maya Mrigam Taita Yepsitamanvadhavat Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. Canto 11, chapter 5, 32, 33, 34. Bhagavad Chaitanya Lila. So many beautiful references. Not one place, more than 100 references. In Rigveda also references. In Chaitanya Upanishad also references. Filled with references. So we must have complete faith. That one Ekash Chaitanya Chandra Parama Karunaya Sarvam Avishchakara. Prabodhananda Saraswati says, if one takes shelter of Eka's Chaitanya Chandra, only the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gets the benefit of worshipping everyone. Narasimha, Rama, Krishna, Radharani, everyone. One-stop solution to everything. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also describes. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when he received his form as Kamala Manjari, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in his song, when he realized his form that he's a maidservant of Radharani, and he tried to approach Lalita Sakhi. Lalita Sakhi accepted, but Radharani did not. But then when Lalita Sakhi told Radharani, he's a Gauravadi. Which means he's intoxicated by Gaura. Radharani said, come. His Grace Radhesham Prabhu told me a very beautiful story. Prabhuji told me I cannot tell this story in public, so I'm telling you in private. But what to do? I can't stop myself. I'm telling it in public. Can I share that with everyone? His Grace Radhesham Prabhu told me this very fantastic story in this regard. He told me that one time, so Prabhuji started the story like this. It was very fascinating and hilarious. Prabhuji said, Radharani and her camp always keep time. Krishna and his camp never keep time. And he said, therefore you find two kinds of people in this world, those who keep time and those who don't. So, Krishna was supposed to meet Srimati Radharani in a certain kunja, in a certain forest, in a certain garden. But as usual, Krishna was running late. And Krishna being the only proprietor, the only Supreme Lord, he has to accept and reciprocate with all the devotees, including Chandravali, who is the arch rival of Radharani. So Krishna went to Chandravali also and pacified her, and then went and pacified. Krishna, it's very difficult being Krishna. Because as the Supreme Lord, you cannot reciprocate anyone, but you are expected to reciprocate to everyone. So Krishna told Radharani, I got a little late, please forgive me. Radharani said, where were you? Krishna said, no, I was just coming, I just got a little late. Radharani said, don't worry, the parrots who were flying in the air have already given me the news half an hour ago that you were spotted in Chandravali's garden. Radharani said, I have nothing to do with you, I don't want to talk to you, stand outside. Be outstanding. Krishna said, please accept me. By then Lalita Sakhi came, and Lalita Sakhi is very short-tempered. Radha Mukunda Padasambhava Garma Bindu Nirmanchanopakarani Krita Deha Laksham Uttunga Saurida Vishesha Vashapragalbam Devim Gunaisu Lalitam Lalitam Namami. Rupa Goswami Pad says that personality who has such high class love that even her village is called Ucha Gaon. Such high class love that she can control Krishna and make him surrender like a stuffed toy. Rupa Goswami says Lalita Sakhi can use rasa and sharp words like a weapon and emotionally cut through Krishna's arguments. So much so that Krishna falls at the feet of Lalita Sakhi. She can control Krishna so much. So Lalita Sakhi came there. She told Radharani, you go inside, I will deal. Radharani said, okay. Krishna soche, mar gaye. Krishna tried to slip out. Lalita Sakhi said, no, come. You were saying something I overheard. Now talk to me. Krishna said, बस ऐसे ही बस चुटकुले सुना रहा था. ललिता सखी बोली जरा मुझे भी सुना, मैं भी हंसती हूँ थोड़ा. She always catches Krishna. Krishna would become like the tax collector from the king's side, put on false mustache and turban and walk with a stick and tell Srimati Radharani and all the Sakhis as they're walking through Danghati and through Sankhari Khor, you must pay tax, I belong to the king, and you're passing through all of this, you must pay toll tax. Radharani said, what toll tax can I pay? Krishna said, empty all this butter pot and give it to me. So Radharani, very humbly, she was taking it down. Lalita Sakhi stepped in and she looked at the waist belt and there was a flute. He was acting like the whole place belonged to him. So Lalita Sakhi said, he is not Vanamali, he is Vanavihari. This is Krishna. And she pulled out the mustache and put the turban down and picked the flute. Krishna cut the flute and ran away for his life. This is Lalita Sakhi. She's like the bomb squad expert in Radharani's camp. So Lalita Sakhi came and she said, Krishna, you have to atone for making Radharani weep like this. I will give you punishment. If you want to enter the kunj of Radharani, yes, I will give you permission. But you must do 3 things. You must do 3 things. One, first of all, give up your identity. Give me your peacock feather. So Krishna said, okay. I will give up my identity. He pulled his waistcloth and put it on the floor, and put his peacock feather, put his flute, put all his ornaments there. And then he was standing, he was asked Lalita Sakhi, is this okay? Lalita Sakhi said, no. Your curly locks of soft black hair also are part of your identity. Shave them off and put it in. Krishna did that. And then he was still standing in a threefold bending form. Lalita Sakhi said, this Tribhanga is also your trademark. Stop. First of all, you stand straight. Lalita Sakhi is almost chastising Krishna. खड़े होते हो टेढ़े, बोलते हो टेढ़े, देखते हो टेढ़े, और फिर गीता में बोलते सीधा बनो. You give up your identity, you stand straight first. Krishna said, okay, I'll stand straight. Then Lalita Sakhi gave Krishna a beggar's cloth. Said, wrap it around your waist and remove your pitambar dhoti and put it in, because that is also your identity. Now Krishna was standing there straight like a beggar. Lalita Sakhi said, this is only condition, this is only part 1. There's part 2 and part 3 also. Now, part 2, continuously chant the name of Radharani and all the gopis. You must chant and atone. Krishna said, okay, I will do. And Lalita Sakhi said, 3, you have to walk down in Kali and speak the glories of Radharani to one and all. So Krishna said, okay, I will do it. He gave up his identity of the threefold bending form, gave up his hair, gave up his flute, held a stick, put on a beggar's cloth, shaved up his head and put shika, and now chanting Radharani's name and the names of the gopis, his complexion became completely golden and came in this world to speak about the glories of Radharani and the Braja gopis as Shashinandan Gaura Hari. And he finished his pastime the fastest. You know why? The faster he finishes and goes, the quicker he can go to the Kunj of Radharani. So only 48 years, boom, finished. Gauravatar. Therefore the Acharyas said, Jadi Gauranga na hoito, tabe ki hoito, kemone dhari tande, Radhar mahima, prema rasa sima, jagata janata ke, Jadi Gauranga na hoito, tabe ki hoito. If not for Gauranga, Radhar Mahima Prema Rasa Sima Jagata Janato ke. Who else can do this? Krishna Chandra came as Gaura Chandra, and what did he do? Prema Rasa Niryas Korite Aswadan Ragmar Bhakti Loke Korite Prachara. He came for 2 purposes actually. He wanted the taste of Radharani's prem, but at the same time he wanted to give it out to others also, which no other incarnation previously thought of. But what happened, unfortunately? Krishna Chandra was completely convinced. Now, for example, if someone has no experience of what a 440 volt electric current is like, and desires to touch it, and then desires that after I touch it, I want to touch others also. But then gets confused, what if I touch it and I forget to give it to others in that electrocution? Krishna had this anxiety. What if by taking Gaura Avatar, I am so absorbed in tasting it myself that I forget to give it up? This is why Nitai came. Krishna told Srimati Radharani, hey Radhe, I have decided to take your heart and appear in Kali as Gauranga. Radharani said, Krishna, this is impossible and this is half done. Why? Because I chant your names. And when I chant your names, hair stands on end, tears coming down my eyes, there's a lump of emotion in my throat, teeth start chattering, voice starts choking, my body goes pale and I fall unconscious. You have no experience of these Ashtasattvic Vikar. So if you take my bath, then you taking my bath will chant your own names, and your body will get electrocuted and you will not know how to handle it. Therefore, if you want to take my power, I give you a complimentary gift with it. I also give you the external covering of my complexion. Internally you take my mood and externally you wrap my bodily complexion. So even if there is Ashtasattvic Vikar, the symptoms of ecstasy, it will be on my body which has experienced it before. In this way you can experience it and not be too overwhelmed. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladinir Shaktirasmat Ekatmanam Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Vedam Gatautam. One God has appeared as two in Dwapara, as Radha and Krishna. But Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Adhuna Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam. In Kali, that one which had become two in Dwapar as Radha and Krishna, that two has become one as Chaitanya. And Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Radha and Krishna combine as Chaitanya. Then there is a question. If Radharani is coming as Chaitanya, why is Gadadhar Pandit coming? Gadadhar Pandit is also Radharani? The answer is, when you don't have driving license and you want to drive the car, you need a professional driver next to you. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan of Dwapar Yuga wants to drive the car of Radha Prem but has no license. So the professional driver for that car, Radharani, is appearing as Gadadhar Pandit and telling Gauranga Mahaprabhu, okay, you keep doing like this. No, turn the steering to the right, turn the steering to the left. Don't change the lane without putting an indicator. Look at the mirror. Look from the mirror here. Don't talk to anyone. Don't text. And so on and so forth. If we have no experience, we will make mistakes. So Gadadhar is Radharani coming as a fully professional Radha Bhava Bhavit devotee, teaching Krishna Chandra to be Gaura Chandra. And like the father, they may teach the child to sit on the bicycle and drive with wheels initially. Then you remove the wheels and you hold from behind the seat. And then finally, you let go and you see your child drive on his own without your support. And the child doesn't even realize it. Yes? Navdeep Leela, Gadadhar Pandit is closely there with Nimai, holding the seat. And slowly but surely, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters Jagannath Puri, Gadadhar Pandit takes a back seat and is not found in the Gambhira. Has now taught Krishna Chandra how to drive. But Krishna Chandra Bhagavan as Gaura Chandra is so absorbed in hearing and chanting in Radha Bhav, sometimes hitting his head against the wall and bleeding, sometimes crying. 5 streams of tears coming from each eye. Sometimes syringes like tears flowing out and bathing the lotus feet of Jagannath. Sometimes blood oozing through all the pores. Sometimes his hands and legs would become dislocated. And sometimes go inside the sockets. The head would go inside the neck and he would be like Kurma Chaitanya. Shachi Mata would pray when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jumps in the air in the middle of the kirtan and he falls down as a bag of bones. Let it become as soft as butter. These ecstatic symptoms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we must understand, these are the symptoms of Radharani when Krishna left Braja. Weeping, crying, horripilation, blood oozing, losing consciousness, sockets dislocation, becoming like a tortoise, everything going inside the body. Sometimes speaking things which are not even making sense. Speaking things of different contexts, in madness. And Krishna has no clue of this. So when he takes Radha Bhav and he starts, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displays all the symptoms, we must understand now Krishna is tasting Radharani's brain. Please repeat. Nidhuvana Nagari Mohita Manasa Vigadita Gadgada Bhasham Sakhe Kalaya Gauram Udaram. One great author by the name Radha Mohan Das, he writes that Nidhuvana Nagari, that Radharani who moves from one forest to another forest in Vrindavan, when Mohita Manasa, when Krishna took her mood and he came as Chaitanya, Vigadita Gadgada Bhasham, is speaking things which are not making any sense. That Radharani who moves from one kunj to another kunj, when Krishna takes her mood, Nidhuvana Nagari, Krishna Mohita Manasa, Vigadita Gadgada Bhasham, is speaking things which are not even making sense. Why? He is telling the Sakhi, Sakhe Kalaya Gauram Udaram. This is the nature of Gauranga in Kali. So therefore, Krishna comes as Chaitanya, Radharani comes as Gadadhar Pandit, and they are helping each other taste prema. Smara. So worshipping Gaur and Gadadhar is worshipping Radha and Krishna. But they are tasting prema. Who's going to give it out? That is why Nitai comes. Amar Dayal Nitai. Dayal Nitai Chaitanya bole nachre amar man. Dayal Nitai Chaitanya bole nachre amar man. Oh nachre amar man, nachre amar man. Gadadhar comes to help Gauranga taste internally. And Nitai, he stays close to Gauranga Mahaprabhu and he says, you taste, just keep touching me with your prema and I'll give it out. So therefore, Nitaira Karuna Habe, Braje Radha Krishna Pave. Nitai na bolile mukhe, majilo samsara sukhe, vidya kule ki kori betar. If one doesn't contact Nitai, she shambandha nahi jar, britha janma gelota. She poshu bada durachar. Anyone who doesn't contact Nitai in this human form, oh, his life is wasted. Now in Chaitanya Bhagavad there is a very beautiful verse. Please chant. Preme matta nityananda, kripa avatar, uttama adama kichu, na kare vichar, jai aage pade tar karo udhar, preme matta nityananda kripa avatar. Preme matta, he's crazy. Nityananda kripa avatar, he's a mercy, a condensed incarnation of mercy. And uttama adama kichu no kare vichar. No consideration whether somebody is qualified or unqualified. Jai aage pade tar kare udhar. Only one policy. Fall in front of Nitai and he pulls you up. He works against gravity, by the way. You throw anything up in the air, gravity pulls it down. You fall in front of Nitai, he pulls you up. Now, our Vrindavan Das Thakur continues. He says, Krishna Naam Kore Aparadera Vichar. While chanting Hare Krishna, we have to think. 1, 2, 3, to disobey 4. We chant the Dashanama Aparad. Krishna Naam Kore Aparadera Vichar. But Gaur Naam, Gaur Dham, Gaur Rupa Gun. Aparada nahi mani tarite nipun. So Gaurang, the name of Gauranga, no offenses. So every time we say Gauranga, there is no Namaparad. So at least we are chanting Namabas. Gauradham, Mayapur Dham, Navdeep Dham, there is no offense. Gaura Roop, Gaur Nitai deity. Gaura Naam, Gaura Dham, Gaura Rupa Gun and Gaur Katha. Aparada nahi mani. They understand we are Kali Chela. We are Kali Yuga rejected souls. Tarite Nipun, expert in delivering. Now Vrindavan Das Thakur continues. And he says, Nitai Chaitanya. He's talking about the glories of Nitai Chaitanya. The glories of Nitai and Gauranga. Nitai Chaitanya nahi eishava vichar. Nitai Chaitanya nahi eishava vichar. Naam le, prem de, vahe ashrudhar. They work in a different way. Krishna is saying, you kick the anarthas out, cry for me, then I will come. Nitai and Chaitanya are saying, you take the name, we will come clean and make you cry. This is Gaur. Now Lochan Das Thakur continues. Nitai Gaura Naam Anandera Dham Je Jano Nahi Loy. He's saying Nitai Gaur Naam Anandera Dham. But those who don't take that name, Je Jano Nahi Loy, Taraya Morai, Dhore Loye Jai, Narake Dubai Tai, Narake Dubai Tai, Nitai Gaura Naam Anandera Dham. Nitai Gaura Naam Anandera Dham. Jai Jana Nahi Jai Jana Nahi Taraya Marai Dore Loye Jai Narake Dubai Tai, Narake Dubai Tai. Taraya Marai Dore Loye Jai Narake Dubai Tai, Narake Dubai Tai. This is Gaur Nitai. So, one person is helping Krishna Chandra taste Radha Bhav, that is Gadadhar Pandit. Another person is giving this prema out extensively. Krishna works on justice. You write for 80, you will get 80. You write for 60, you will get 60. You write for 30, you will get 30. Ye yatham mam prapadyate namstatayam. But Gaur Avatar, you see he stands like this. What does this mean? This means justice. This means mercy. He is himself rated mercy over justice. Because if justice is the case, no one gets it in Kali. Mahaprabhu says, don't worry. Krishna बोले 80 का लिखो तो 80 मिलेगा. मैं बोलता तुम 60 का लिखो मैं 80 दे देता हूँ. तुम 60 का लिखो मैं 80 दे देता हूँ. अब हमारा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि 60 भी लिखना कठिन है. हे महाप्रभु, writing for 60 is also difficult. महाप्रभु से स्टॉप तो नीता है. आपस में कुछ करवा लो. नीताई को जाकर हम लोग बोलते थोड़ा गांधी जी का नोट थोड़ा ब्राइब कर सकते हैं क्या? नीताई से है क्या? कैन यू गिव मी समथिंग? है. वो नहीं चाहिए मुझे. श्रद्धावान जन है, श्रद्धावान जन है। Do you have faith? Yes, we have faith. अंदर आ जाओ, फिर बात करते हैं, बैठ के बात करते हैं। प्रभु आज्ञा है भाई मागे यही भिक्षा, बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा। Nita is saying, okay, what did Gauranga Mahaprabhu say? He said, write for 60, he will give 80. Nita says, एक काम करो, उस दिन आ जाओ, अपना नाम लिख के जाओ, बाकी मैं संभाल लूंगा। अब हमारा प्रॉब्लम है, बोलते हैं नीता जी आप बड़े दयालु हो और यहाँ तक आना पड़ेगा। कुछ हो नहीं सकता, मतलब नित्यानंद प्रभु बोलते हैं एक काम करो, प्रभुपाद जी से बात करो। प्रभुपाद जी के पास जाने के बाद प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं गौरांग महाप्रभु कृष्ण क्या बोले? बोले 80 का लिखो तो 80 देंगे। You write for 80, I'll give you 80. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Okay, you write for 60, I'll give you 80. Okay, what did Nitai say? Said I have to go there and write my name and fill the details and then come back. Prabhupada said you do something, you stay at home, I will write paper for you. So actual Guru Tattva means Nitai Kripa. Nitai Kripa. Now Nityananda Prabhu was told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna, Shiksha. Go and tell everyone about Krishna. Mukhe Hari Bol Bhai Ei Matra Bikha Chaye. Mahaprabhu went to the begging cloth and he said, Mukhe Hari Bol Bhai. Oh brother, please say Hari. Say Hari. Hari. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Mukhe Hari Bol Bhai Ei Matra Bikha Chaye. This is the only Bikha that I want. Nitai was told, go and tell about Krishna. But Nityananda Prabhu on the way he started thinking, Krishna Nama Korya Paradira Vichar. He is saying Krishna Nam Prachar Karo because he himself is in Radha Bhav. And Radharani will always talk about Krishna. But I have to find some way out. So instead of preaching about Krishna, Nitai went out and started singing, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gauranga. Speaking about Gauranga, 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 and started making everyone Gaurwadi. Even Jagai Madai Leela, it is so fascinating. Please tell me, Nityananda Prabhu's body has blood? Does Nityananda Prabhu's body have blood? It is completely Sachidananda. No bones, no blood, no mucus, nothing. Then where is the blood coming from? When Madai hit the half-broken alcoholic liquor pot on the head of Nitai, Nitai started thinking, at this point, how can I use this situation to get Gauranga here? If I have to save him, he has to come to Gauranga. He will not come to Gauranga, which means Gauranga has to come here. For Gauranga to come here, he must know that something has happened to me, and if there is no blood, there will be no severity in the situation. Therefore, let me have blood all over my face so that people will go and tell Gauranga Mahaprabhu that Nitai is hurt, and when he gets to know Nitai is hurt, he will come here. When he comes here, Madai will be uplifted. So Nityananda Prabhu faked blood to save Madhai. This is Amar Nitai, Amar Dayal Nitai. Now, Vrindavan Das Thakur goes a step ahead. Please chant. Nityananda Nam Je Shunile Ekbar Ananta Papa Ananta Janma Khanda Haitar Nityananda Nam Je Shunile Ekbar Ananta Janma Ananta Papa Khanda Haitar. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu comes to save the qualified and Nitai comes to save the unqualified. The two brothers have teamed up to save the world. So Krishna Chandra is tasting with the help of Gadadhar and sharing with the help of Nitai. But they don't come without invitation. So Advaita Acharya comes. And to show that this whole thing is working, they have to give the world at least one example. So Srivas Pandit. Then how this is working. So therefore Kaviraj Goswami Pad says, please chant. Panchatattva eka vastu Konu nahi bhed Leela rasa aswadite Vivida vibhed. That transcendental mathematics is that one has become two, Radha Krishna, but that two has become one as Gauranga, and that one has become five as Panchatattva. So one has become two, and two has become one, and one has become five to save all of us. So anyone who worships Panchatattva, these five principal features of Godhead, they will get Krishna. There's no doubt about it. So Guru Tattva means Gaur Tattva. Guru Jan means giving Gaur Nitai to the world in Kali. Now, we started with whom? Then we went to? Then we went to? Then we went to? Gauranga. Now, we will encompass all these incarnations in Gauranga and we will put a full stop to this class. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displayed two-handed Radha Krishna form to Ramananda Rai on the banks of Godavari. So he is Radha and Krishna. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahi anya. This is a fact. In the Navdeep Dham Mahatmya, it is discussed that Lord Shiva is speaking that I hold a trident in my hand. The trident has how many spokes? Three. And they are meant for three purposes. First spoke is meant for those who have a doubt whether Gauranga is God. The second spoke is for those who have a doubt whether Gauranga may be God, but is he actually Radha and Krishna? And the third spoke is for those who have a doubt whether Navdeep and Vrindavan are the same. Lord Shiva says, anyone who has these three doubts, or any of these three doubts, I run with a trident to attack them. So better we have no doubts. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि क्लास के अंत में शिव जी आ गए यहाँ पे बोलो अभी और किनको डाउट था नहीं किसी को डाउट नहीं है शंकर महादेव की So he came as Krishna in Ramananda Rai Samvad as Radha Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also took the form of Ramachandra to Murari Gupta in the Mahaprakash Leela. Now as we are going out, just above the shoe stand to the right, we have a very beautiful picture of Shat Bhuj Gauranga. You may have seen while coming. Shat means six, Bhuja means arms, and Gauranga means Krishna, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He showed the six-handed form to whom? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Two hands of Krishna playing the flute, two hands of Ramachandra holding the bow and arrow, and two hands of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu holding the sannyas stick and a kamandalu, a water pot. So he showed the form of Ram, he showed the form of Krishna. Now where did he show the form of Narasimha? I want to hear 5 examples where he showed the form of Narasimha. Chandkazi pastime. Does everyone remember? Yes. In the pastime of Chandkazi, we all know the story, so we won't get into that. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as Narasimha in the dream and scratched with nail marks the chest of Chandkazi and told him, एक मृदंग के लिए सिर्फ ड्रीम में छोड़ रहा हूं, आगे और मृदंग तोड़ने का प्रयास करेंगे, स्वप्न को अस्तित्व बना दूंगा, I'll make it reality. So चांदकाजी उठकर बोले चैतन्य महाप्रभु से, अरे मैं तो आपका मामा हूं, मुझे छोड़ दो, निद्रा अवस्था में भी आकर आप फाड़कर चले जाते हो। महाप्रभु बोले आगे आगे देखो होता है क्या। चांदकाजी बोले, I give you a promise, I will not stop this kirtan performance and none of my future followers will stop the kirtan performance. We find we are sitting here in a place which is filled with Chandkazi's family, but Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement continues. This was one example. Another example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Narasimha. Okay, this is a very good lesson now. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, before death comes, we should finish reading Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Leela 108 times. We should know it back and forth. Philosophy nahi hai, sirf story, Leela katha hai. We have to keep hearing and sharing with our congregation. What are the stories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we heard? So anyone? Second interaction between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Narasimha Dev? There are 5. This is the second. Okay, let's start. Fundamental. Advaita Acharya called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world by worshipping with and Ganga water. Now, that Shaligram Shila was a Narsimha Shila. Advaita Acharya worshipped the Narasimha Shaligram and got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu down. So right from his appearance, there is connection with Narasimha Dev. So this was 2. Now third, when Shrivas Pandit was chanting all day and night, the Muslims had a problem with the chanting. Even the Hindus had a problem. They would say, इतने जोर जोर से क्यों भगवान का नाम पुकार रहे हो? चतुर्मास में विष्णु जी सोते हैं, तुम सोते हो, तुम्हें कोई उठाने का प्रयास करे, तुम क्रोधित तो हो जाओगे ना। वैसे ही भगवान भी क्रोधित हो जाएंगे तो हमें श्राप देंगे, हमें दुख की अनुभूति होगी, तुम्हारे कारण हमें दुख होगा, चुप रहो। तो ये लॉजिक क्या है वो मैं नहीं समझता, मैं ऐसे यथार्थ प्रस्तुत कर रहा हूँ। I don't know what they meant by it, but they said, if you chant loudly Vishnu during Chaturmas, he goes off to sleep, and by your loud chanting he will wake up, and when he gets disturbed, he will get angry, and then he will destroy all of us. So Hindus had a problem, Muslims had a problem. So they complained to the Nawab, and the Nawab sent rumors. He wouldn't send soldiers because Shrivas was very coward. Just rumors. Okay, I'm now sending soldiers. And Shrivas was trembling. He didn't know what to do. He closed his doors and he started praying to his Narasimha Shila. Third connection. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was walking on the banks of the Ganga. And suddenly he heard this calling out to Narasimha Dev. Mahaprabhu went running and kicked the door of Shrivas. Shrivas said, who is it? उनको डर लगे कहीं नवाब के लोग ना आ जाएं. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, inside you're calling me and when I'm coming you're not opening the door? Open the door. The person whom you're praying to secretly is standing outside the door. When Shrivas opened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assumed the 8-handed Narasimha Dev form, roaring like a lion. And he told Shrivas, why do you fear when I am here? Just like I ripped apart Hiranyakashipu, I will rip apart all of them. You don't worry. Shrivas got all his family members and they surrendered at the lotus feet of Gaur Narasimha. And at that time, immediately he became Gauranga, embraced everyone and gave them prema. So it's interesting. Narasimha Dev will protect you like Narasimha Dev. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will protect you like Narasimha Dev and embrace you with Krishna prema. This was third example. Now fourth example. Again Shrivas Thakur. Shrivas Thakur called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his father's Shraddha ceremony. सब ब्राह्मण को आमंत्रण दिया था तो इनको भी भेज दिया. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there and he told Shrivas, you read the Vishnu Sahasranam, I want to hear. So Shrivas started chanting the Vishnu Sahasranam. And in the middle came a name called Narasimha. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard Narasimha, he became Narasimha in that Shraddha ceremony. Srivas Pandit सोचने लगे, एक का श्राद्ध तो कर ही रहे हैं, ये रौद्र रूप के बाद और किसी का भी श्राद्ध करने की नौबत आ जाएगी. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became Narasimha Dev, took his club and started running on the street. Now imagine if a man comes running to you whom you don't know, and he's just a 5-foot man, but you don't know him, and you're walking on the street and he just comes running at you. We get aside. Now imagine an 8-foot tall personality coming with a club, and he's God coming in the mood of Narasimha towards you. They all started running here and there chanting Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari. They were all chanting. And then this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on for some time, making everyone go afraid and frightened. And then he came back to Srivas and he said, I'm really sorry, but thoda bhavuk ho gaya main. The Narasimha inside me came out. Srivas said, my Lord, what you did is perfect. Why? Those who don't come and see you and take your darshan, you're going out and giving darshan. And second, those who never chant the holy name of Hari, you are making them chant helplessly and giving them pure name. This is indeed your mercy. So Mahaprabhu smiled. And this is found in the 17th chapter of Adi Leela. You can read it. Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this was the 4th instance. And the 5th instance, Advaita Acharya's son, Gopal, when he fainted, Advaita Acharya prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of Narasimha. So in this way, next time when we see Narasimha Dev deity, we must understand this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who has taken Narasimha avatar. For us, the whole Dashavatar is there in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Matsya Dev when we worship also Gaur Matsya. Kurma Dev when we worship Kurma Chaitanya. When we worship Varaha Dev also Gaur Varaha. When we worship Narasimha Dev also Gaur Narasimha. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu, one incarnation, worshipping him completely gives the benefit of worshipping everyone. This is Gaur. Finally, we wrap this class up with a very beautiful verse on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu composed by our Rupa Goswami. Is everyone ready? Yes. This is the final cherry on this cake. Let us chant. Swarupam Vibhrano Jagad Atulam Advaita Daita Prapanna Shrivaso Janita Paramananda Garima Hari Dino Dhari Gajapati Kripotse Katarala Sachaitanya Kimme Punar api drisho yasyati padam. So this is one verse we can memorize and offer every day. This is the 3rd verse of the Chaitanya Ashtakam composed by Rupa Goswami. What does this mean? Swarupam Vibhrano. Oh Mahaprabhu, you have a form that is like Jagad Atulam. Priceless in this world. So you have a form which is priceless and matchless in this world. Swarupam Vibhrano Jagad Atulam. And who are you? Advaita Daita. You're very dear to Advaita Acharya. Now, Prapanna Shrivaso. Shrivas has Prapanna, has surrendered to your lotus feet. Prapanna Shrivasa. And Janita Paramananda Garima. You have so much Garima or respect for Paramananda Puri. Hari Dino Dhari. Oh Shri Gaura Hari, you are Dina Uddhari. You are the uplifter of the fallen. And the example for this is Gajapati. Kripotse Katarala. Gajapati means Maharaj Prataparudra. Mahaprabhu, who would say, I never talk to kings. I don't want to do anything with people who are very wealthy and very affluent. He was so eager to embrace and accept Prataparudra Maharaj. So in this one verse, Rupa Goswami is naming all the principal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The first name he says is Swarupa. So Swarupa, Advaita, Shrivas, Paramananda, now Gajapati, that is Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Then finally Rupa Goswami Pad says, Sa Chaitanya Rasyati Padam. Oh, when can that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again come on the pathway of my eyes? Which means, when can I see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again? He composed this after Mahaprabhu left this world. So in this mode, when we worship Gaur Nitai, now we should see with true identity that Gauranga Mahaprabhu, I know who you are. You are Krishna Chandra trying to taste Radha Bhav, and Nitai, I know who you are. You are helping him taste and you have come for me. So in this way we can worship Gaur Nitai externally as most merciful incarnations giving the holy name, and internally as tasters of divine ecstatic love. Saying this, we started with Narasimha, went to Ram, Krishna, Gauranga, and we completed how Gauranga is Narasimha, Rama and Krishna. Shri Shachinandan Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.